Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft X Fortnite. Today we're going to be making the blank shop, which also becomes the Halloween and Christmas shops in the future. It's the shop that always changes in the middle of Retail Row. I know it doesn't look quite accurate right now, but I didn't want to build the second floor area just yet because it is a little complex. But we are going to begin by outlining the dimensions. So this is a very simple build. It is a 13 by 17 dimension building, and it is going to be 9 blocks tall by the end of it. So that is a length of 17, a width of 13, and a height of 9 blocks. So before we continue, I'd like to say thank you guys for supporting this series. I do really appreciate it, and let's begin. So the first thing you're going to do is make a 2 by 4 block grid pattern with spruce wood. So 1, 2, 3, 4 length and 1, 2 width. And then you're going to add this final grid over here, this 1 by 1 on the other corner right here. So you're going to have a grid pattern like so. 1, 2, 3 width, 1, 2, 3, 4 length, 1, 2 width, and then create this 1 by 1 grid over here. And then after you're done with that grid pattern, you're going to fill out the floor in a checkerboard pattern using white terracotta and brown terracotta like so. We're going to put a doorway here, and then the rest of the floor is blocked off because this storefront, before we make the Halloween and holiday stores, which we will be making, we will be editing this build for the other 2 versions of the store. But for now, to make the blocked off area, you don't have to add any doorway up front because it is walled off, because it is a store that hasn't been turned into an actual store yet. It is a blank slate. Alright, so of course the easiest thing to do is on the side wall here, you can close this off. All of these walls can be closed off because it would be sharing a wall with the other build over there, the Bass Pro Shops area. You can close off this back wall. All these walls can be closed off with spruce wood because, with the exception of the doorway and the front of the store, it is all just blank walls. So this doorway will stay, so make a doorway here, but everything else can be blocked off. This wall would be shared with the McGuire's bookstore, which we'll be making in the next episode. We're going to close off these walls with just generic spruce. Turn it to day so you can see what I'm doing. Boom, boom, boom. All of that is closed off except for this doorway right here. And then when you come to this area right here, what you're going to do is you're going to be closing off this entire area with stripped birch logs, so it looks like it's boarded up. It's a boarded up store because it's not being turned into anything. So you're going to close up this entire thing with vertical birch wood. So it looks like it's boarded up. It's a boarded up store. It doesn't have anything. You can't shop at it yet because it hasn't been turned into anything. Now, you're going to make a wall like so. I forgot. You're going to make the wall out of white terracotta. So the walls are going to be made out of white terracotta. Because it's a blank store, it's a blank slate. You're going to make that wall right there. And then you're going to make this wall. Did I make this not big enough? Yeah, I did. Okay, I was off a little bit. So you want to make, of course, you want to make the 4 by 3. But you want to make it so it's 4 blocks off this wall. So 1, 2, 3, 4 off the wall. Then of course you're going to do the same thing over here. But you're not going to make this 4 blocks tall. You're going to make it's a 3 by 4, 3 blocks tall. And this is going to be where the front counter is, and you're going to make a door like so right here. A doorway, but it's not going to actually have a door. And then you're going to be placing, let's get the acacia wood. Do I need more spruce? I think I do. I'll just take the brown off. And you're just going to make a counter like so right there. Alright, so there is your desk area. Alright. So that is your basic store. Now what you're going to do is you're going to look at this grid pattern like so. Let me see if I can get exactly correct. Alright, so when you're front facing, wherever this checkout desk is right here, you want to go back behind here and go 3, 4, 2, 3, and make a grid space like so. Now what you're going to do in this grid space is you're going to fill it with white terracotta. And then for everything else, you're going to fill with black concrete. Because this is the roof. Because this shop has an eccentric roof. It has a little, like, squatting area for, like, a homeless person to, like, break in and use. I don't know why it has an attic like this, but we'll roll with it. So this store does have an attic that it uses. And we're going to build that, but here is the completed store. So the bottom floor is now complete. Now what you're going to do is build a grid 1 by 1 up here. And this actually is a good example to show you guys how we build the grid, because it has been a while. But there's the grid. So it's spruce wood in the back and side. So you're going to replace this. You're going to replace this entire wall with deep slate. Only the front wall. The back walls can continue to be spruce. And then you're going to continue that up here. We're going to make a 2 by 2 up here. Like so. And then you're going to close off these walls here. Like so. And then you're going to put this right here. Like so. Then you're just going to make a little roof area like this. Little triangle. And then a roof out of andesite stairs. And andesite slabs. Repeat the same thing on this side. So that. And that. Alright, and finally, the final touch, we're going to outline the rest of this roof here in quartz slabs. Like so. And we're done. That is the store, but now we're going to add our loot. So we're going to get our chests, our torch, because we don't have glow chests, so we have to make it light up somehow, and then our shulker box for ammo. So this store, of course, has an ammo box at the front desk, so let's go ahead. Oh, we have to put that door off as well. Alright, so there's an ammo box behind the front desk, and then let's put our door, which is going to be oxidized copper door, because it's a green door, so you can still open it. And then back in here, I put a chest that glows in the dark. Alright, and that's what it's going to look like from the air, so if you want to compare, you can see how the roof pops just like the Bass Pro Shop one does with the black and white contrast. And yeah, that is the boarded up generic store. So of course that is going to do it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you don't, and comment down below what you liked about the build and what you'd like to see me build next in Fortnite. Subscribe if you liked the video, and of course, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next build. Toodaloo!